It was the morning of August 4, 1789, when the sun rose over the ancient trading city of Narantapur, located deep in the valleys of South Asia. Merchants waited for markets to open. Farmers walked toward the city gates. Monks headed for the morning prayer. But as they approached, they stopped. A strange silence filled the air, thick, unnatural, suffocating. The city gates were wide open. The guards were missing. No smoke rose from kitchens. No footsteps echoed in the streets. When the first villager stepped inside, his heart froze. The entire city was empty. Completely empty. Not a single man, woman, or child remained. Around 9,000 people had lived in Narantapur before sunset. By sunrise, all of them had vanished. Chapter 1, The Strange Signs. Villagers entered cautiously, calling out names. Hello. Is anyone here? Where is everyone? But the city answered with silence. Everything was left as if people were about to return in a minute. Food still cooking on stoves. Bread half kneaded on tables. Clothes hanging to dry. Chairs fallen as if someone stood up suddenly. A market stall open with coins still lying. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was burned. Nothing was damaged. The strangest part. Every animal was gone too. Cows, horses, dogs, cats, all missing. Only pigeons remained, circling above in frantic, restless patterns. News spread fast. The surrounding villages panicked. A group of 25 investigators led by scholar Raghavendra Sen entered Narantapur by afternoon. Raghavendra was a brilliant historian, sharp eyes, calm brain, but even he looked terrified. This is not a normal disappearance, he whispered. This is impossible. Chapter 2, The Temple Clue. The investigators searched every house. Nothing. But when they reached the Temple of the Seven Winds, they found something disturbing. A massive stone door, one that no one had seen open for centuries, was slightly ajar. Old priests once warned. Do not open the door, for the wind behind it is not meant for this world. But the door had moved. As they pushed it open, dust rose like ancient breath waking from centuries of sleep. Inside lay a huge circular chamber, filled with carvings of storms, waves, winds, and an altar holding strange metallic rods, arranged in a perfect circle. But the floor shook. Light trembled on the surface like a heat wave. It feels alive, whispered a soldier. Raghavendra bent down and touched the surface. It wasn't stone. It wasn't metal. It wasn't wood. It felt like cold glass with a heartbeat. He stepped back. This chamber is not natural, he said. Someone built this with knowledge we don't understand. Then they found a cracked piece of wall carving. It showed a terrifying image. A city standing. The temple door opening. Wind spiraling downward. People rising into the sky. The city becoming empty. And an ancient inscription. When the breath of the sky awakens, mortals are carried home. Chapter 3, The Last Witness. The investigators were leaving the temple when a young man ran towards them from the southern gate. He was breathless, eyes wide. My name is Devraj. I survived. Raghavendra rushed to him. How did it happen? Tell us everything. Devraj trembled. I was outside the city with the cattle last night, and then I saw the sky change. What do you mean? The stars started moving. Silence. He continued. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but then a blue spiral appeared above the temple. It was spinning, faster, faster. And a sound, like wind and metal. His voice cracked. I heard screams, thousands of them, and then he pointed toward the city. A bright flash. The sound stopped. Everything stopped. The city became dark. And everyone was gone. Raghavendra looked at him thoughtfully. Did the light come from the temple? Devraj nodded. It rose from inside the city and connected to the sky. Chapter 4, The Forbidden Records. Raghavendra searched old archives in the palace library. After hours of searching dusty scrolls, he found something shocking. A 900-year-old manuscript describing an event called the Empty Night. It said, in the year 861, the city of Raikand was emptied in a single night. A tower of blue wind rose from the earth. The people vanished without a trace. The temple door was found open. Raghavendra whispered. It has happened before. Another page said. The ancients built 7 temples to seal the breath of the sky. If any seal weakens, the sky will reclaim what was once borrowed. Borrowed? Humans. Raghavendra felt cold. Chapter 5, The Last Search. He returned to Narantapur with priests and scholars. They decided to return to the temple chamber. The floor was now shaking harder. Waves of blue light ran across it. It's activating again, someone warned. Suddenly, the heartbeat-like thumping grew louder. The rods on the altar began vibrating. A humming sound filled the chamber. The air is bending, someone shouted. Then, a beam of blue light shot upward. Through the broken ceiling. Straight into the sky. The wind roared. Sand lifted. Clothes whipped. Hair flew. Everyone dropped to the ground. For 30 seconds, the chamber lit up like a second sun. And then, everything stopped. The chamber went silent. The floor lost its glow. The rods fell still. For a moment, no one breathed. Then a small child's bracelet appeared on the altar. A simple copper bangle. Raghavendra picked it up. The people are alive, he whispered. Somewhere. Chapter 6, The Final Mystery. By evening, the investigators evacuated the area. The rulers sealed the city. No one was allowed inside again. Official records said. A plague killed the population. But the real truth? It was buried. For 100 years. Then 200. Then 300. Today, Narantapur's ruins still stand, silent and untouched. Travelers say they hear wind inside the empty houses. Others say blue light sometimes glows near the temple. Some villagers even claim. You can sometimes hear the missing people, whispering. No one knows where the population went. But every historian agrees. Something took them. Something not natural. Something ancient. Something that will awaken again. When the next seal breaks. Story ends.